Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Jonas. This is my Craftsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. We're going to continue on with the blue belt today. We have got 2,200 throws in on the blue belt. Our goal is to get up to 5,000, doing 100 a day. And let's get started. We're using a 5-4-5-4 hardware set. For those of you new to my channel, welcome. To those of you who have been here before, welcome back. And the first roll of the day is a 5-5 hard 10. And this past weekend, there was lots of craps related information out there. We're not going to go through a ton of it today. The two big ones were the Talking Craps with Alfredo and also the craps chat last night with Casino Gaming TV. And we have a 2-6-8. 8 came easy. And we have a 5-1-6 mixer. Chris from Sideshow Gamble. Morning, Dust One. Good morning, Bam. Chris, good morning. Woke up this morning and there was probably about a half an inch of slush outside. So I did a little shoveling this morning already. Took the kids to school. And we got a 6-4-10 Waylon's best friend on the end, Papa Joe. And that is our point. So we made our point for the first shooter here. So we're looking for a new point. Went through the statistics on the side here for Bone Tracker, and a lot of the numbers are starting to even out, getting close to expected. Our on-axis is still above expected, which is nice. But our both die off axis is getting close to what's expected. I'm not really happy with that. 2-4-6. So we're going to try to work on that a little bit throughout the process here on keeping up and trying to make sure that those dice stay on axis, at least one or both of them preferably. And a lot of that has to do with the landing zone. A lot of that has to do with where your fingers are situated on the dice. Landing zone meaning that if you land, and I'll show you guys in 1 second here. We have a 4-5-9. Okay. And by landing zone, I mean, and this is something that Alfredo brought up in his Talking Craps with Alfredo, is when they land, sometimes they'll hit perfect. Let me see if you guys can see this right in here. Perfect on the diamonds here where they split out and then they roll out. Now I'll give you a double off-axis dice. So they'll hit and they'll split and then roll out from there. So hopefully that you guys could see that on the camera, and hopefully that was a good explanation of it. But the second thing that also affects, and I'll show you guys up here now once I get the grip set or the dice set ready, is my fingers are so fat that if you guys see, they hang off the edge of the dice. So if my finger gets caught on the corners of the dice, you guys can hopefully see that right there, where they're on the corners of the dice there. And if they get caught on the corners of the dice, that'll be another cause for the off-axis throw. So when I'm on here, I got to try to get it so that the fingers are as centered as possible. Excuse me. And they're not catching on the corners, even though they're hanging slightly off the edges there. So two things that need to worry about. The one with the wall situation, kind of hard to fix, other than the landing zone, and getting that consistent landing zone is important. 516. I forgot to enter the last one in. I think the last one was a 9, so we'll go with a 549, and we'll go with a 516. So the landing zone one, obviously, working on adjusting that landing zone does help. Being consistent on the landing zone is the tough part. The finger part, I can definitely do my due diligence on that to get that done right. And we have a 1-3 shocker. The other thing that I noticed on my bone tracker results is my 8s and 10s are significantly below expected, but all the other numbers are way above. My 7s are below what's expected, just slightly. And what that does not take into account is the come out 7. So our 7 outs are the ones that we don't want. The come out 7s, obviously I don't want a 7, but I will accept a come out 7 if needed. And the dice split apart as they flew out of my hands there. We lucked out. We got a 6-5 Minmo Yo. The right one took off before the left one did that time. But my low numbers, the numbers on the all small, were actually a lot higher than what the all tall numbers were. My strong numbers seem to be the 5, 9, 6. So 5, 6, and 9 are my strong numbers. It used to be the 4 was a very, very signature number, if you will. 6, 4, 10, throwing a lot of 10s today, which is funny that we're speaking about how the 10s were a low number. Now they start coming out quite a bit. That's our third 10 for the day. And we got 3 6s for the day, so. And we have a 1, 1, 2 Magic Aces. So the big show was the Craps Chat last night, though. And the featured guest last night was Jacob from Wager Me This, which was really neat to see that he's starting to get more involved with the craps scene again. He's taken quite a hiatus for a while. He was working very intently on his sports betting portion of his YouTube stuff. And also 6612 Midnight. And also he had some family stuff that he moved back home and doing a lot of remodeling and what have you. He mentioned that he's not playing there. This is our tall guys, by the way. That's pretty fast. 12 rows. We got the top numbers there. It's kind of funny. We got the tall this morning because, like I said, my stronger numbers have been the small. So let's see if we can knock that small off. All we need to get is a 4 and a 5. And we'll hit the all then right away, and that'd be an awesome first shooter. There we go. We got a 1, 4, 5. So that is a good start. We need one more number. We'll hit the all, and that's be a great way to start the day. And at that moment, I would walk my butt out of the casino. That would be nice if we could do that. But we're going to continue on and do 100 throws either way today. So. And we have a 4, 4 heart 8 square pair. But anyhow, I wanted to get on. I tried to get on the Craps Chat last night a couple different times. There was problems with the Zoom link, and it was very difficult. If you've never done the Zoom link or dialing into a show, what you do is, and I use my cell phone for that. What you do is you dial in, and then you have to turn your YouTube off or turn the volume off on your YouTube on the computer. And 437, and that's a 7 out. That was a good first roll. That was a 15 roller. Would have made money off of that. Plus, we hit that tall on that one. But what you do is you dial in, and I use headphones, and what I do is I listen through on the headphones. And when I dialed in, and this is the first time this has ever happened, the Zoom was only letting probably every third, the fourth, the fifth word come through. In fact, I didn't even know who was speaking at the time because it was so difficult to understand. So it ended up not working out for me. 516 mixer. That did roll. That was a 5-1, 5-1, which is kind of upsetting for me because I really wanted to log in because Jacob was, like I said, the guest speaker. But when I first learned how to play craps, um, my biggest influencer, if you will, was Jacob from Wager Me This. I just scoured through his videos. And I was a huge 6-7-8 player when I first started. 3-3-6, hard 6. And I also started on bubble craps because of my budgetary concerns. I really didn't have a lot of money to play, so I started off with $100 all the time, and I'd go play a lot of 6-7-8 stuff on the bubble craps and really low number games, and made a considerable amount of money. But at that time, I also lost a lot, 2-2-4, hard 4, because I didn't have the discipline needed, because once I was up, I'm like, oh, this worked. Let's up our bets a little bit and let's do a little bit more and see if we can make some more. And sometimes that worked out, sometimes it did not. As with most crap strategies, you have your strong times and your low times. And I didn't leave all the time when the low times came. And I was up and didn't leave. 5-3-8. 8 came easy. And that habit has changed, just so you guys know. If I do get up and I'm by myself, I do stop. I usually go in with a win goal, and the win goal varies according to how much money I bring, obviously. And for hard 8 again, every time I go into the casino, my statement that I repeat out loud to myself, to my girlfriend, is it's time to go to work. Let's go make some money now. So that's 2 8s on this roller, and I think they're both hard 8s. That's kind of nice to see. And another hard 8, 4-4 hard 8. This is what Ed Robinson was talking about, is when you start seeing pockets of hard ways. And I'm going to kind of go through again because I've heard him talk about the hard ways quite a few times. And I know he just put a video yesterday about hard way betting and that. And I still have to check that out. That's his shot of the day video, I believe. Which, if you guys haven't seen that series, the shot of the day, definitely a good series to see. Because it's basically Ed going through different betting styles and betting ways that he does things. Ed does not bet like a normal individual. 1-6-7, and that is a 7 out. Ed goes through and he bets on the shooter rather than a system or a strategy. He goes in with a plan as he goes rather than a actual strategy that a lot of the YouTubers will put out there. And that's one of the things that we're going to hopefully be working on in a future bet levels also, is how can we bet at the craps table by the shooter. So I call it shooter style betting versus, and we have magic aces, come out aces, pass line loser, pay the don't pass, pay the dark side. But how can we bet at the craps table according to how you are shooting? How can we identify those signature numbers, those strong numbers, Um, how can we press? How can we regress? All that type of stuff. 549, center field 9. So that's all stuff that'll be coming up later on in the program as we get going in that. So if you guys didn't check out last Friday's, we got 213 Shocker. If you didn't catch last Friday, no, I'm sorry, last Saturday's, 2 days ago, the Level Up stream, we had an amazing start. We started off with a high 30 roll, and we followed it up, I think it was like a 19 or a 20 something and a 19. But we had 3 awesome rolls. In fact, we got through the 100 shooters, and I believe we only had 100 shots. So we only had like, I think 5 shooters the entire 100 rolls. So that was a pretty amazing rollout that we had. 6-4-10. We hit the ATS, all the small and the tall that day. And I think we hit one of the other ones at least one other time, which is really cool. And then later that day, on Saturday, Alfredo was rolling on his channel on the Texas Crap Shooters, and he did like a 49 roller. Just an amazing roll that he had. 538. It did roll. That was a 5, not a 4. It was a 538. So, and for those of you that don't know, Alfredo from Texas Crap Shooters is probably one of the best shooters out there as well. I did have the opportunity to play with him in the past. Not only is he a good shooter, and not only does he put a good show on, 538 again. He is an extremely nice guy and a great guy to talk to. Very knowledgeable about the game of craps. Very interesting individual. He does a lot of traveling. He obviously lives in Texas, which they do not have craps tables at the casinos in Texas, so they all have to travel, even though there's a large crew of people that come out of Texas for playing craps. And we have 2-6-8. So 8 is the dominant number. The 5 threes we're hitting. Now the 6s and 2s. That is the right die is off axis on that one. And we have a 5-3-8. 8s are really hitting strong today. It's kind of funny because whenever we talk about a number, they always start showing up. And then the way I talked about the 8 was I went through and did the bold tracker this morning, and the 8s were significantly lower than what was expected. And now we're hitting them and popping them off. So we're going to probably bring that average back up again a little bit. And 1-2 Shucker. We've thrown that quite a bit today. So guys, you can see the trends here. You can see the pockets and numbers that come out. And that was roll number 31 for the day. The other piece of information, and this has nothing to do with videos from this weekend that I wanted to kind of cover was, and it kind of does with my video actually, is that I actually offered memberships now. So if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, there are 3 different membership options available, and I'll go more into detail at a future episode here. 369 of what the different levels are, but you guys are more than welcome to check them out. Not required, obviously. I do appreciate all support, both morally here, guys, when you guys do show up, but also if you want to support financially, that would help as well. As an FYI, the money that is made off of this channel does go back either into equipment, and my new thing is I want to make a throwing station and receiving station, and I want to put it on video so everybody can see it being made in action. Kind of like my table build videos. 3-3 hard 6. And I want to kind of make a deluxe version of it. Again, I don't have the blueprint out yet. I have everything kind of in my mind right now. And what I wanted to do, how I want it to function is so it looks just like any throwing station or receiving station, but it allows it to flip around or rotate. So you can actually turn it upside down. You won't even know that it's a receiving and throwing station, that it actually looks like a dining room table or something similar like that. So that way people that don't have the access or don't want, that's a leaner, that's a 5 leaning. See if we can get it off there. There you go. 5-3-8. So that way people can have this type of thing in their house. People won't really know that it's a craps table. It will be designer of sorts and functional as a everyday object, but you can actually turn it around and use it for practice as well for those of you who don't have the space, the time, or the money to build a large table. And what I'm going to do with that table then, 1, 4, 5. What I'm going to do with that table then is I will hopefully have it done before November, whatever it is, for the Crafts for Cure, and I would like to auction that table off. And the money, obviously, that's raised by it will be going to whichever charity is decided upon for the Crafts for Cure. And other than raising the money to build it, 6/6/12 midnight, other than to raise the money to make it, the actual process of making it, the next hardest thing about it is trying to decide how we're going to be able to deliver to the winner. That'll be the logistical portion of it, which I still have got to work out as well. Whether it's me actually delivering it in a rental unit or whether it's sent out through transit somehow. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do that. But we will definitely figure that out, that portion out. 2-2 hard 4. Doing a lot of hard ways today. A lot of hard ways. So that's good to see. And that means that we are staying on axis a little bit more often than normal today. So that's nice. So see, we have a very low viewership today. So that's all right, because my viewership varies. We vary anywhere between 35 people watching and 2 people watching. I do appreciate everybody that is here, that is watching. Even if it is background noise to you, another hard way, 4-4 hard 8. 8 came hard. We had the, good morning, Halbon. We had the, a couple more shooters go this weekend for the international shooting competition. We are now down to 3 people left in this second round here. We have 2 people from the HCS crew, from Hawaii Crap Shooters crew, Mrs. Money Shot and Chef Dice. They will be going this evening, I believe. And then we have the last person, whose name is Kim, and 639 Centerfield 9. She's from the J&K Casino, I believe it's called. And she is delayed a little bit. Apparently, somebody decided to cut through the ground and cut into their cable line, their internet line. So they're having a difficult time getting internet service. At least that's the excuse that I had heard. So hopefully they get that fixed and we'll be able to move on to this third round relatively shortly. The third round is going to be the top 16 shooters. We have a 4-6-10. The top 16 shooters. And remember, we started off with approximately 70 shooters in the competition. So we're down to the top 16 at this point. And yours truly got knocked down 1 spot this weekend. I forget who actually knocked me out of that, but I went from 4th place to 5th place at the current moment. Again, there's 3 more people that are going to be shooting, so that placing can go down yet a little bit. 2, 3, 5. I know that Mrs. Money Shot did really well. Hazel did really well in her first round. So she's a tough competitor. And Chef Dice has been known to go on some huge runs as well. And Kim also did really well in the first round. So we got 3 really strong shooters that are left. So the worst I could do is 8th place going into the next round. The next round, the third round, we got 6, 3, 9, center field 9. The third round is going to be the same, the exact same as what the second round was. We'll have 2 shooters worth of shooting to go through. And they'll take an average of the 2, and that will be how you rank. They'll obviously, your top throw is what scores, and then your average is what wins if there would be a tie. The difference is now, oh, that was a little bit short. And we locked out, we have a 5-1 mixer. The difference on this round now is going to be actually going into the next round after it. So what they're going to do now is they are going to start ranking us after this round. And they're going to take the results of this round to set that ranking. So after the top 16 here, we are in top 16, we're going on to top 8. They're going to start going head to head, where you're going to actually go up against another shooter, and they're going to actually give you points rather than length of roll. They're going to start judging you on the quality of the roll. So you'll get different points for different numbers that are tossed during different parts of the come out and the actual rolling game. Magic aces, 1, 1, 2. So that'll be very interesting. If I can get up there, that would be awesome. We got another repeater. This is a great roll here. We're on 23 coming up here. We have had nothing but good rolls today. We've been lucking out, been in the zone lately. And I got the small on this one already too, I think. So that's good. All we need to get is that Minmo Yo and the 8, I think. And we'll hit the all on this one. So that's awesome. And we have a 2-2 hard 4. So anyhow, shooting competition is almost coming to an end on that second round. Kind of excited about things. And again, if I could make it on past this next round, that would be totally awesome. And that would be a true testament to the power of practice, if you will, and actually going through this stuff step by step by step. I felt kind of obligated in the beginning to enter the competition, even though I was kind of skeptical about going into it, meaning that I didn't know if I would be good enough. There are a lot of very good. We have a 3, 4, 7 out. That sucks, but that was a good roll. So that was a 24 roller. So it was really good. Our SOR thus far today is a 15.3, which is amazing. SRR is a 15.3 as well. So let's get going on this again. But yeah, I felt kind of obligated to enter the competition, obviously, because I do have a level up program every morning. So kind of putting my words, my actions where my words are. 2, 4, 6. 6 came easy. So it'd be kind of hypocritical of me to not enter it, because I'm trying to push everybody to get daily practice. I'm trying to push people to start doing the things that it takes in order to work on your dice roll. Whether you believe in dice influence or not, it is something definitely that I'm seeing a huge difference in my rolls. And this morning is a very good example of that. There's our Minmo Yo we're just looking for. We have a 5, 6 Minmo Yo. Chiro in the house. Which brings up another thing. If you guys didn't see his video this last weekend, he went through and he talked about his competition he's going to be having. and he has got 4 different chips. He has a $1 chip, a $5 chip, a $25 chip, and a $100 chip that he is going to be putting up in a competition. 213 shocker. And what I mean by that, if you haven't seen his video, I highly recommend that you go do that. And he is a jeweler by trade. I did not know, but he's a 3rd generation jeweler. His grandfather, his father, and now him. And he's been a jeweler for over 30 years, is what he said, which that number amazed me as well, which is totally awesome. But he has figured out a way to take precious stones, and he has 4 different style of precious stones, and he embedded them into his Midmo-Yo chips. We have a 134 Big Joe from Cropsmaster Journey. And each of the chips has 3 precious stones, and all the same in each chip. And guys, check out his video, because it will explain the competition on how he's doing it, why he's doing it, and the prize at the end of the tournament should you do well. The one thing that did not work out for me with this tournament, though, is he will be using Crapsy, which I have not taken the leap to do yet. We have a 358. I have not taken the leap onto the Crapsy bandwagon yet. And I'm not sure if I will, because most of the Crapsy content is, good morning, Navaldo, good morning, AZ. Most of the Craps content on that is during times that I'm working, so I can't participate in it anyhow. Plus, there's been a few people on YouTube world that have kind of taken Crapsy and made that their MO. Mostly Jeff and Alfredo is doing that, and they're the ones who are dominating, and Brian from Hawaii Crap Shooters as well. They're the ones who are dominating with the Crapsy stuff. Magic Aces, throwing a lot of those again today. I know Casino Quest also uses Crapsy, but they are one of the originators of the program, so that would be to be expected. And the last bit of information that I want to share from videos this weekend is yours truly, Dice Degen, Chris, who's in the chat. 5-1 mixer. Chris has, I think today he's going to start recording videos for his March Madness tournament. He has all 32 teams decided. He's going to have 16 people going on his channel and rolling it out live with him. And then he's going to represent 16 different strategies going up against these individuals. So he said that he has prizes that for the winner. I'm not exactly sure what the prizes are going to be. 549 Centerfield 9. So I'm sure some of that will be revealed as he goes forward. So yeah, big exciting weekend this weekend in the craps community. Lots of content put out. I announced that I'm not going to be doing many long form videos for a while, other than my morning sessions. And I'm going to be doing probably more shorts for a while, 369. And the reason I'm going to eliminate doing the long form videos for a short while is simply because it takes up so much time to do so. And what I'm going to concentrate my focus is on, obviously, is the Level Up program here in the morning for a while. I'm also putting out about 3 to 4 short videos per week, which it was nice for the shorts because I just recorded 6 shorts the other day. It took me about 40 to 45 minutes to record them, and it takes me about 20 minutes to edit each one of them, which is very economical time-wise, according to what I spend on a long-form video. One long-form video, too hard for. One long-form video will take me about probably 40 to 60 minutes to film, and it'll take me probably about 4 to 10 hours in that area to edit it. And that would be for approximately a 15 to 20-minute video in the final version. So this is going to help save a lot of time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be actually putting that time then 639 Centerfield 9. I'm going to be putting that time into editing my ebook. And the first, I'm going to do several ebooks. The first ebook that I'm going to be doing is the table build. I'm actually going to break everything down and put everything onto paper on exactly how to build the table, at least the table that I built. And I'm still going to keep the videos up so everybody can watch videos for free and all that, but the ebook will be for sale. Whoa, terrible throw, and the result is also terrible. We have a 4-3-7, which is a double pitch, and that's a 7 out. What was terrible about it was that it hit the corner, kind of flat on the corner in the mixing bowl there. The 6s and 8s are hitting pretty intently today, Bam. The 10s are doing well as also, which is not a normal thing for me. 4s are pretty high at also. And the 2s and 3s are doing good. Coming out here, guys. But with that ebook, I'm going to be taking the proceeds from it and putting it towards that throwing station and receiver project. Because I really want to, we have a come out 7 now. We're back into the double pitches, so we got to focus here a little bit and make sure that our finger placement on the dice is decent. That's one of the leading things to the double pitches there. But that table build is really important to me because I really want to do something to give back to the community. My time is pretty much all that I can do right now. So I'm a single family income here, 325, no field 5. So any money that is brought in is going to go right towards that. Also, if I win that shooting competition, which is a very far-fetched thing, but if I win the shooting competition, that money also will be going towards the table build. I know that a lot of people are going to donate. 314 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. I know a lot of people are going to donate if they would win the shooting competition. I think it's like $300 or $400 you're going to win. Most people are going to be donating their winnings to the American Red Cross, which is something that I cannot remember who, but one of the first people, I want to say it was Magic Aces, put that out there and challenged everybody to do that. I probably will not. That money, if I do win, would be put towards that table build. And we have Magic Aces once again. Wow. That is no, not 2 times in a row. That last number was not a 4-4, was it? I think that was a 1-1, guys. No, it was. That was it. I don't remember. I'll have to look back on the video. But that was Magic Aces right there, 1-1. Good morning, CRC. Mudslide Mac. Mudslide Mac was the one who put that out there. Yeah, you're right. I was like, why are you guys saying Mudslide Mac? Mudslide Mac was the one actually to put that challenge out there for donating the funds to the American, not American, I'm drawing a blank right now. And we have a 1, 2, 3 shocker. American Red Cross. There we go. That's the term that I was looking for. So thank you, CRC. Wow, you are my second voice. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. So here we go. And 617. Bad 7. That's where both of the dice went off axis. You look at our SOR, and our SRR is still doing pretty decent. We're 63 rolls in. We have a 12.6 SOR. We have a 10.5 SRR. And we'll go through the day's results at the end of the rollout here. And come out 7, 527. That is the better of the sevens, which is a double pitch. Still don't like to see the double pitch, but it does come out. So still looking for a point here. That was a pass line winner. Take the don'ts, pay the dues. Dice came out a little bit strange on that one. 2, 6, 8. It's like the right one came out slightly sooner than the left one, and they kind of tumbled into the back wall rather than rolled in like I normally want them. So our point is 8. 8 came easy. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to be going upstairs, make something to eat. I'm going to be working on that book, ebook, 639. I'm about 15 pages into it. It's probably going to be a little bit over 100 pages for the first book. And if interested, if it goes well, I have a couple other ideas for different books that I would like to do as well. I'd like to do a book on all different strategies that I've done on my channel over time. I also would like to do a book on what you want to, or what's to be expected to go in a casino. 639, perfect placement of the dice at the end of the wall there. So in other words, I did this series on etiquette and rack management and the psychological portion of the craps and all that type of stuff. I want to put all that into book form as well. So we'll have several different versions of things that you guys or anybody really can get and look through. And if you look at my membership levels, the highest tier, 1, 3, 4, the highest tier will include all those books for free. Which obviously I don't have any done yet, but hopefully within the next month or so, we will have the first book finished. And we have a 1, 4, 5, no field 5. Now it felt really good coming out. We have a 4, 4, 8, hard 8. 8 came hard. Square pair. And we have a 2, 6, 8. Hitting as the 8s on this shooter again. 8s are coming out strong today. Kind of hit the mixing bowl now in a little bit. We have a 5, 5, hard 10. Hardways are really coming out quite a bit today, which is not normal for me. I normally don't do a lot of hardways, even though I use that hardway set. Parlaying, parlaying a bet. That would be a good thing on some of my rolls. And like I said, normally I do a lot of pockets, pockets of numbers. So I will kind of concentrate on 2 or 3 numbers throughout the day. And that's not on purpose, that's just what happens as a result of throws. And again, we went to that mixing bowl a little bit, but we have a 3, 5, 8. And it looks like my landing zone, I mean, I'm always trying to land right in here, guys, but I've been kind of veering over a little bit lately, and I still haven't been getting good results. If it hits right here, not good. And if it hits over here, not as good sometimes. But I'm kind of getting a little range of area down there that I can actually throw in. And that's one of the things that I'm finding out the further we get into this journey. They split apart when they landed, and we have a 4-3-7. And that is a come out 7, so that's good. That does not count against us. So that's a pass line winner. We're going on roll number 75 today. This will be roll number 12 for this shooter. There was somebody who sent me an email yesterday asking about what I'm using for a roll tracker on my videos. They asked, oops, that was terrible, guys, terrible. But we got a 6.5 Mimilio. Because in the past I've actually used two different roll trackers in the past, and that's another pass line winner, come out winner. In the past, I've used two different programs plus the KPI roll tracker here. I actually started off with Bone Tracker, and I thought, that's kind of a cool program. I wanted to see if I can make my own. So I actually made my own, but I never passed it out. And it was not as complex as Bone Tracker 314, but I was able to track all my rolls. And the cool thing about mine was I could record, say, all the hardway sets, as I'm doing a 5-4-5-4 hardway set, and I could record all my throws. And then what it would do is it would shoot out every other possible dice set that's out there. I forget how many there was. There was like 360 some or something like that. It would shoot out every single dice set and tell me what I would have rolled if I used that dice set. And the nice thing about that is you can have different strategies than 2, 4, 6. You can have different strategies then, and you could actually change your dice sets according to what the strengths of your strategies were. So that was kind of a neat little program that I had done. And I said, good morning, John. And like I said, I never ever actually lent it out to people. I never had that other than for myself. But then I also use Bone Tracker. But the question was from the email, we have a 4-4 heart 8, square pair. The question from the email was, what am I using on here? And this is called the KPI roll tracker. And if interested in use it, you have to be a member of the Craps Nation group. And the Craps Nation members can use this on their YouTube channels for free as long as you show that it's the KPI roll tracker and you give accreditation or you give credit to them for it. But the difference between the KPI roll tracker 369, Centerfield 9, difference between the roll tracker and Bone Tracker is the KPI roll tracker basically just tracks your rolls and shows you the numbers. Put the wrong number in there. Don't want to put that number in. Okay. Basically gives you your roll results for that day. In other words, how many 9s, how many 5s, how many 4s, that type of stuff. Whereas the Bone Tracker does all that, and then it also gives you different betting options. It also gives you different dice options that you can use. So there is a significant difference between the two of them. Both programs are free to use. 213 Shocker. Both programs are free to use. They do come with some caveats and that type of stuff, but it's all stuff that you guys can work out if you are interested in using it. KPI Roll Tracker, I was very hesitant at using it for a while because I didn't know how to set it up on the computer. But actually, once I got it set up, it's actually extremely easy to use. And for me, it's very valuable. It gives very valuable information for the actual rollouts on the live streams here. And we have a 5-2-7. And that is a 7 out. So we have an SOR 13.5 or SRRs at 9.0 so far. And we've got 19 rolls left. We can finish up easily before John's show this morning. And we have a 3-3 hard 6, come out 6. Good morning, Mark. And we have a 5-4 center field 9. And 3-2-5, no field 5. So it seems like I went from all this talking today to like nothing. So good morning, George. All the big names are entering the house today. We got George entering in, we got John entering in, and our normals. We got CRC, DGen. 6612 midnight. I do appreciate every single one of you guys jumping in here, guys. The support is awesome, and this community is awesome, guys. Just the way the community is growing, the way that we support each other is amazing. And we have a Magic Aces again. It's been a strong number today. Dice came out really weird that time. Magic Aces again. They kind of rolled out separately, so I was not happy with that release on that one. In other words, they kind of split apart as I was releasing them. Um, and hard 10, 5-5-10. Came hard. And that's been the numbers today, guys. Can't count 6-letter name. 5 letters in a name that call me G. Charges the G. That's been the story of the day today, guys, is the hard ways. Something that does not come natural for me normally. And we've been hitting a lot of them today. 2-1-3 shocker. And we've also hit those 8s and 6s quite a bit today. Definitely the 8s and 9s, looking at the numbers right now. But hardways have been very prevalent today, which is kind of nice to see for once. And we have a 3-5-8. Nice energy in the dice. They both landed up tight against the back wall there. They did split apart a little bit at the end, which I would like to not see, but does happen. I said all the big names. You are a big name, George. It's 7 letters, bigger than JOE, which is 3. Or even bigger than JOHN. Morning, Chris. And 347. And that is a 7 out. So that's 91 rolls today, guys. I think we're going to end it there. Let's go to our statistics really quick. Thank you for the compliment, George. Statistics for today. We have had several decent rolls today. We had a 15, 24, 12, 18, and 10. So those are all money-making rolls. And we had 2 of them that were not quite as long, but pretty decent average today. Box numbers are just about on par. Inside numbers are about par. 4 and 10s are about good. Come out 7s are way low today compared to normal. Our horns are high, field high. Hardways are extremely high. They're in the red on the top side, and we're on a light side table today. So anyhow, guys, I do appreciate you guys following along. And again, check out those memberships if you are interested in that. But in about 10 minutes, John should be going live for his coffee and craps, or actually his daily paycheck. But hey, we'll come back tomorrow, guys. My name is Joe. This is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours.